It all started the day my wife and I moved into a new neighborhood. The boxes were piled high, the truck was full, and we were ready to start this new chapter of our lives. Little did we know, this simple move would ignite a firestorm with one of the most aggressive and, frankly, ridiculous people we would ever encounter. As we were unloading the truck, a woman approached us. She wore a scowl that could freeze water. She had a clipboard in hand and immediately started rattling off the neighborhood's rules and regulations, most of which seemed unnecessary. "You can't park here," she snapped, pointing to the street, "and don't even think about using that side of the driveway without approval." I tried to keep my cool, nodding and offering a polite thank you. But the woman wasn't done. She made it clear that we had to get approval for everything: how we decorated our house, where we parked, and even the color of our door. It felt like I was dealing with a real-life Karen from the internet, someone who thought she had control over everyone's life. Things took a sharp turn when my wife went to introduce herself. She reached out her hand, and that's when the woman froze. Her eyes widened, her body stiffened, and she took a step back like my wife had suddenly transformed into something unrecognizable. At first, I was confused, but then I saw it. My wife had pulled out her military ID to show she was a veteran, just as a way to introduce herself. The reaction was immediate. "Wait, you're in the military?" the woman asked, visibly shaken. I didn't know. I didn't think." She stumbled over her words, not sure how to react. It was like she suddenly realized she had been barking orders at the wrong person. Someone who, despite her initial hostility, had served her country with honor. The woman awkwardly mumbled something about respect and quickly walked away, leaving us in stunned silence. What made this encounter so ridiculous was that, up until that point, she'd been ready to report us to the HOA board, possibly even the police, over trivial things. But when she saw my wife's military ID, it was as if her whole demeanor changed. We never heard from her again, and the HOA, they were surprisingly silent. It turns out, all that power and control she had over the neighborhood was nothing compared to the respect and honor my wife earned through her service. That day, we learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes, all it takes is one person to stand up to a bully, and you don't always need to fight fire with fire. Just be yourself, and let your actions speak louder than their words. It was the beginning of our peaceful life in that neighborhood, and to this day, whenever we see that woman, she quickly looks the other way. This story